I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so happy. They found him. They found him within a couple days. I'm so happy. I can't even believe it. I'm gonna look like such a mess. And I'm gonna be crying on the bus, but I don't even care. I'm so happy they found my half-brother. The adoption agency found him within a couple days. They said he's extremely responsive and he can't wait to get a letter for me. And I'm like, he's not just getting a letter. Oh my gosh, he's gonna get like a package. I'm gonna send him cookies. I'm gonna send him photos. I can't even imagine. They have his name. They found him so fast. That's amazing. I've heard stories of people waiting weeks. I waited 7 months just to get approved. I didn't think we'd hear so quickly. This is incredible. I'm gonna write a letter to him today. I have to buy cookies. I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so happy. Good things can happen, guys. Sometimes it takes a whole lot of luck and you gotta fortunateness. And I'm so grateful to have all the privileges that I've had along the way with people being so willing to help me. But, and the kindnesses of the people at the adoption agency and the social work peoples who help make it happen. And I'm so happy and I can't even talk about it. I'm so happy. I'll just do a little recap probably later today when I can pull myself together a little bit more. But I love you all and I have a brother. I have a brother.
So that was me just a couple days ago, and just as a little disclaimer, I do have a little brother, of course. I was just so excited in the moment to have found my older half-brother, my big brother, and of course I don't want that to take away anything from my little brother who I grew up with and who I love more than anything in this world. But I'm just so excited to have finally found my half-brother. It's been quite a journey, and you saw how excited I was and how happy that made me. I was crying on the bus and I called my mom and we were just so excited just to hear back and just to know that he's excited about finding out more about me and about our shared half-sister. And immediately that day I went downtown and I bought him these maple cookies that I love to give to people, and I got him some postcards, and I tried to give him everything he could possibly want to have with that first package that I sent. I included just like little bits of info about me, about our sister, about our birth mother, because we didn't know how much he did or didn't know about his birth mother. And I just wrote out a letter saying who we are, how we found him, and how much we care about him, and how excited we are to get to know him. And I got express shipping on that bad boy so fast, and the person at the post office was like, oh, you can mail it in 7 to 10 days, or you can choose this option and you can get there in 3 days. And I was like, I have waited over 20 years. I'm not waiting another 7 to 10 days. Express it all the way. So he got it really quickly, and he actually got it the other day, and I spoke on the phone to my half-brother for the first time ever. And let me tell you, he's a total dork. He's awesome. I had no idea we'd be so much alike. He doesn't actually live crazy far from where I grew up, which is so weird. But he's so funny and so excited to get to know us and just excited to be reunited with us. And I can't wait to get to know him better. And I'm just so happy. And it's the funny thing because I only ever knew him by his birth name, and I had one picture of him when he was little, so that's something I also sent tons of photos of all of us and the picture that I had of him. And I've always called him and referred to him by his birth name. So now that I know his name that he goes by now, that his parents gave him, I keep mixing them up and I'm like, oh shoot, not that name, sorry, this name. And he thinks it's super funny, so I'll get the hang of it. We'll all get the hang of it. but it's new and it's positive. I feel a little more put together than I did the other day. It takes a whole lot of time and a whole lot of patience and a whole lot of correspondence. I've put everything together that I've gotten to and from the adoption agencies and social services. This is pretty much all of it, but that's a lot. But another thing I can say, keep everything. Photocopy everything. You never know what you might need to refer to later, or even just to keep track of your timeline of how you did things and how you found things out. Keep every little thing that you have, put it in a safe place, just so that you have copies and proof of everything you did. But it's a lot, so. But this kind of shows my path. It shows the work that went into finding him, and I'm gonna keep all of this forever. And maybe I'll make a little booklet someday. Little My Adoptee Search scrapbook. That should be a thing, right? Scrapbooks for your searches. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud now, thinking out loud. But we're already looking for little things that we share with each other. Like, oh, he and her are both left-handed, but he and I are of course both adopted, or we both like the same movies, and just once you find someone you're related to, you look for any little thing that you can relate on sometimes, or at least I do. And another thing that I told him in the letter, and when I finally got to talk to him, was, we've been looking for you for so long, and you are wanted, and you are loved, and you were searched for. That's what my big sister told me when she found me. She said, I've been looking for you for practically my whole life. And that was one of the most comforting and healing things as an adoptee that I have ever heard. You were looked for, you were wanted, you were searched for, you were found. And I know there's always like, you can find yourself, you have everything in you that you need, but it just feels so good to hear it, and I wanted him to know that. He also shared with me a letter that our birth mother left him when he was adopted, and she also left me a letter when I was adopted. And in both of the letters, she said, you know, of course, at your own convenience and your own time, if you feel like it, I would love to meet you someday, or just reach out to you someday, or just hear from you and know how you are and how you're doing. She wanted to know us so badly, but of course she passed away when I was about 3. So none of us, except for of course our sister who was raised by her, ever really got to spend much time with her. But even then our sister was so young, so we never had such a big connection with her, unfortunately. But just knowing that she wanted to know us so badly, and knowing that she would have wanted us all together. She would have wanted us to know each other. And it just feels like I'm done so much of this work, of course for myself and for my siblings, but also for her, because she's one of the only puzzle pieces that I'll never be able to really put together. I'll never really know her, but that's okay. But I feel like in this way, by knowing her children, my siblings, I'll know her a bit more too. So I know this is what she would have wanted. Just as a disclaimer, I am no expert. I am not part of the government anyway. I'm just an adoptee on a mission. But if you are an adoptee in California or a birth parent in California, I just included a little helpful link below to California government's website that has some options for adoptees or birth parents in search. If you have any questions about my personal experience, please feel free to ask. I love sharing my story, or feel free to message me through my Instagram, which will be linked below. And I wish you all the best of luck in your own searches and your own journeys. Until next time.